These fears are not for children. Hey Monochrome, what about Nori and Yava? Listen, I love my bisexual mommies as much as the next person, but Yava only appeared for like 40 seconds and then got eaten by V, and I understand why Nori isn't in the show that much because she's supposed to be high because of disfigurement, but still, we haven't really gotten that much screen time with them, and when we did see Nori, she and Uji just kind of fought each other. To me, the best mother and overall parent in Murder Drones is quite simple. Parenting in Murder Drones is not the best. You have the main dad, Khan, who spends his time having sexual intercourse with literal fucking doors. The teacher, who may or may not be Lizzie's dad, who hates literally every single kid on the planet. And the aforementioned Nori and Yava not having much screen time. However, one mother who, despite being new to this inexperienced, managed to raise not one, not two, but 4 children by herself with no help from anybody. Even though the odds, she was still able to keep her children until the last days of her life. Tessa James Elliot. No one is familiar with her game. This woman is the GOAT of Murder Drones. Uzi may be the main character, but Tessa is a whole different breed. She got that dog in her from the very first day. She raised the main disassembly drones and Sin into who they are now, and her accomplishment is nothing short of amazing. We first meet her for real in the episode Home, where we explore the disassembly drones' backstory before they got their superpowers. Tessa is a rich girl from Australia who is sheltered and has no interaction with humans outside of her children being the worker drones, which she adopted. Thank God, because I didn't want a teenage pregnancy story, so thank goodness for that. She has 4 children. V, a socially awkward girl who needs glasses. Her favorite child, Jay, who is also her best friend. Her only son, N, who later becomes Uzi's boyfriend and was the butler. And then there is her least favorite child, Sin, N's little sister. To say that Sin is a demon child is not even going to begin. And spoiler alert, Tessa is going to have even more reasons to not like her. Despite this though, she loves all her children and so manages to get them a roof and over their head, as well as get them shelter and food. However, then there is her parents. I fucking hate Tessa's parents with all of my heart, and this isn't something that me or the other fans take lightly. So her parents are throwing this party called the Gala, wherever the hell that is, and oh my goodness, they want their daughter to throw out her own children that she had into the wild, as well as forcing her to not attend the party at all. Listen, it's one thing to be a parent and be scared of your child having kids of their own. That's perfectly normal. And when Tessa did become a mom, she was young and like I said, she's inexperienced. But still, Tessa raised them since they were babies. She loved them dearly. Even though they're not biological, they're still her children. So to force her to try to give up her own babies is actually fucking cruel. It's worse than anything the Murder Drones did, in my opinion. Aside from V eating Doll's parents, Doll has 100% reason to crash out. Not only did they force her to get rid of her children, they chain her to her goddamn room so she doesn't see her own damn children. That is actually insane. Yeah, these two are two of the most hated characters for a reason, and I don't blame anyone for that. So, Tessa is chained to her room and she tries to order her favorite child, Jay, to let her free. However, Jay is scared of Tessa's parents, so she calls upon her other daughter, Sin, who is in the room with her. And we get a scene that is both fucked up but funny at the same time. I literally forgot it existed. Okay, so after Jay is too chicken shit to help her mother, Tessa calls her other daughter, which doesn't even give her the time of day and flat out disobeys her. So when Tessa tries to do it herself, Sin turns into a fucking 60-foot tall dragon snake demon thing, and then she gets a knife and goes to her mom's neck and runs it against her, telling her and warning her not to disrupt the party, and then she goes to kill everyone at the party herself. Look, I said Tessa was a good mother. I didn't say she knew how to discipline them. So after seeing this, Jay decides to man up, and she breaks her mother's chains, setting her free, and the two set out to find Sin before she kills everyone at the party. And Tessa grabs the bat, Jay grabs the strap, and then they toss it to each other, and it is so fucking peak, bro. This mother-daughter duo is lit. Another good moment I love. Ann and Jay are behind Tessa scared. Tessa's scared too, but she still points the strap up, waiting to protect her children from anyone else. She is literally willing to shoot someone else for her children. This is a real mother. So Tessa fills in Ann that Sid is trying to kill everyone at the party, and being a dumbass is like, my sister wouldn't do that. And then I can't tell if this is a fourth wall break or Tessa's looking at both Jay and the camera, but Jay looks and Tessa look at each other, and Tessa looks slowly at the camera, and they just hit this pose that's literally just like, really, nigga? The fact that both of them agree that Ann is dumb as fuck is so hilarious. They literally are related, even if not biologically. So V shows up and she's feral because, well, she's being taken control by the solver, I think. And Jay, like any good daughter would, gets in front of her mother and fights off V, letting her escape while she takes her down. After defeating V, Tessa and Jay pull up for a citizen's murder. I love this scene. Tessa kicks down the door, her daughter right next to her with the sword. She drops a Glock, tosses it up, and then holds it sideways, ready to get down to business. I'm telling you, bro, she got that dog in her. She didn't use a bunch of shit at Sin. It is so hilarious. Like, again, she just fucking hates her own daughter, although understandable. So, Sin gets mad at her, so she turns Jay feral, and Jay closes the door behind her, and then when she turns, Sin is a gigantic snake demon with buzzsaws and razors. Yeah, we all know what happens. Unfortunately, this is the moment where Tessa meets her demise and is killed by Sin and used as a skin suit. Even though she only appears in this one episode, Tessa became a fan favorite and an underrated character. She's also my favorite. The fact that she was relatively young and was pretty much a age of a high school student, she didn't even know how to raise children, had terrible parents, yet she was determined to not only keep her children, but she managed to keep them safe all by herself, just shows that Tessa is a whole different breed. Definitely one of the best characters in the series, and is extremely underrated. And lastly, please, for the love of God, stop having her make out with her daughter Jay, bro. It is fucking disgusting.